Well, we've already made history in this Champions League season with Southend United, and thankfully, most of our rivals in the Premier League title race are intent on slipping up. That means we can put our full focus today into a two-legged quarter-final against Liverpool, and if we can get through this one, you never know, we might be on for a chance at the biggest European crown out there. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 117 of Saving Southend with me, Daniel. We are back today with, to be honest, a third successive Premier League title looking inevitable. I've been really disappointed by some of the big boys this season. United and City over 20 points behind. Our record's not exceptional, it has to be said. But even then, only Aston Villa really getting close as Zinedine Zidane returns to the club in style. Apart from that disappointment, we've got history in the Champions League. Our first ever quarter final is against Liverpool. And generally, when we've met the English sides in the last 16 we've lost, will we be able to do better in the last 8 this time? If you're looking forward to finding out, as unfortunately our FA Cup run is also over, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. We're going to have a quick look at what's been going on around the club. You can see we're still without Jude Sadler and now Yukulano as well. But overall, things have been going pretty well. And look, any season where we win the Premier League title is a good one. And this season looks like it would take a miracle for us not to do so. If we have a look at how it's been going since you were last here, the simple answer is not that great, actually, if we're being honest. You were with me as we beat City in the Premier League and then won away at Porto. Smash and grab, but we got the job done and got through to make history. We then lost our very next game away at Tottenham Hotspur by 1-0. A disappointing result and performance, but a bit of a hangover from our European night. If we go to the next midweek though, we bounce back with our reserve team against our feeder club Lincoln. A really good result in that FA Cup tie, including an Ashley Carr hat-trick, Ivanov and Gomez also getting one. Then just 3 days later, heartbreak. We played Manchester United in the FA Cup. And unfortunately, we just couldn't find a way. We scored an opener at about the hour mark. We conceded straight after. We then went 2-1 down to Rasmus Højlund, scored immediately through Lewis Herbert, the skipper. In penalties, it was that man again. We've talked about his revolving arc in this story. Well, Ashley Carr, just as he did in a Champions League last year, missed the crucial penalty against Manchester United. That put us out of the FA Cup and down to 2 possible trophies this year. We've not won any of the big ones so far. We lost the Carabao Cup, we lost the FA Cup, but we're getting very close in the Premier League. We had to be patient against bottom team Sunderland, but a 2-0 win thanks to Wills and Adamson, both set up by Yukulano, who then got injured in the last few minutes. Puts us in a position where, with a more friendly run in, I actually feel that we can rest everyone for the Bristol City game here. We're going to play first team against Liverpool, and in between those 2 legs against the Anfield side, we're going to play the reserves against Bristol City, and what will be, will be. Let's go and get through to it, the first of them, with the dynamics looking very good in the football club, and see what we can put out here. As Chelsea face Real Madrid, there's a lot of English sides in this quarter-final. United have made it as well. They're playing Bayern Munich, our former head coach club. So let's see how we get on. It is a great Liverpool side. Junior Krupi, star of our Aberdeen save on switch. Ezer Emery still in there, an original player. But Ben Doak, the star from the academy, is still going strong. Marconi and Smith, definitely the 2 main threats though. So there's quality everywhere in this Liverpool side. And for a team that just a couple of years ago were struggling with administration, my word have they bounced back. Let's go and get our first 11 out because we did rotate against Sunderland and see what our assistant has picked. That's going to need a little bit of work. Back in a minute to run through my 11. Well, we're in the home leg. We've got the chance to get on the front foot, and I feel we have to win this leg to have any chance in a tie. As a result of that, we've gone for the aggressive fullback options, the one who joined last summer. We've gone for the form player of the 3 in central midfield rather than the 2 best ones, and all of the tired players are sitting on the bench. That means our 11 for today is McNaughton in goal, who is now improving really quickly. Might be giving a Sadler a run for his money when he's back, although I don't quite think he's ready yet. João Gomez and Jan Carlos are the 2 fullbacks, with Rakowski and Herbert as centre-half. In midfield, it is Robertson and Adamson out wide. Watch out for Ryan Adamson. His last 2 games have been magic. Bernberg and Jimenez, the 2 in the middle. The old tried and trusted there in Joaquin Jimenez. And then up front is Kranic and Joe Wills. Kranic has not scored for 4 games. He's one away from the crisis. We might have to give him a boot up the backside for the second leg. But everyone who's fit, or nearly fit in the case of DeAngelis and Hansen, are in this matchday squad today. Let's go and get through to it. Southend v Liverpool. Champions League history is here, and we want to take it a step further. Well, we head into the first leg. No real surprises in this Liverpool team, but the bench is strong as well. People like Matt Cox, who we've tried to sign before. If we have a look at our side, it is as strong as I think it can be. Yes, you could argue in the second leg, maybe we want to go with someone like Memic, who's better defensively at fullback. Same with Kivrakidis in centre midfield. But this is a strong team. We can't do much more. We've just got to hope we can produce the goods. We're going to motivate the lads. We're going to give them a little bit of a rocket up the backside. We want a worthy performance. We don't want you to shrink on the occasion. So let's see how we get on as we go through the kickoff with the Champions League music in the background. Can we cope? It's going to be a very big day for us. Liverpool, not as good as us domestically over the season, but they've already given us a walloping this year. They got that 3-3 draw where they were brilliant against us in a home game in the league. And to be fair, they have been one of the sides that can really tear us apart on their day over the last 4 or 5 seasons. So let's hope they don't do that today as Robertson nicks it off Marconi. Battle of the world-class wingers out there as Gomez. Inside to Bernberg. Really need a big game from him as he plays a 1-2 with Jimenez, though doesn't control the second ball. And we have to start again with Gomez, who looks for Kranic on the run. Turns provider for Joe Wills. Doesn't matter if he's not in scoring form. Take away Kranic's goals. Just let him get an assist every game. That'll do for me at the moment. It is Southend 1, Liverpool 0. It's a lightning start at Steve Tilson Park. And a Champions League quarter-final. Our first one is going about as well as it could. Is it going to be like the Europa League when we finally got to the latter stages? We went on a big run and we won it. Is it going to be one of those? Surely not. Chelsea beating Real Madrid. The English sides are dominating. As we've got to throw by the corner flag with Gomez. We've seen nothing from Liverpool yet. As Bernberg nicks it for Robertson. Into the box he goes. Chance to shoot. Probably should have looked for the pass there. Giancarlos was flying down the left. Wills was in a 6-yard box. Instead he went greedy. I'm not sure it was the right choice. We're 10 to the break. It remains 1-0 and we fully deserve our lead. Liverpool yet to have a shot on target. But we saw it last time we played them. They can just flip these games in a matter of seconds. They've got the quality as Adamson almost nicks it at the back. Doak comes inside. He keeps possession. Krupi's got a runner in Marconi, and he was the man who did it last time. And he's the man who's done it this time. Mino Marconi is just too good against us. He is the best winger in world football. And he shows it pretty much every time we play. Don't be another one of those where it flips around just before the break. Liverpool are having a go here. They've built some confidence. That was their first shot on target. This might be their second. Just wide from Koreski. Stays 1-1. At half-time, we'll take it. The match stats have evened up. But Liverpool, 1 chance, 1 goal. That's all they need. Let's get through the dressing room. Let's prove a point again. McNaughton's nervous. Going to give him a little bit of confidence. You're doing all right, lad. Keep going. We're still in this tie. Well, into the second half. Kranic from the kickoff has lost it. That's the second time this has happened in recent episodes. Can we not take a kickoff with Kranic? There's something wrong there. Robertson breaks away down the right. Marconi's taking it off him. Look at the confidence the goal has given him. He is now everywhere. Robertson's been robbed. Jimenez wins it back though. Wills finds Rakowski. Into midfield for Jimenez. And now Robertson. Down the line to Kranic, who provided the first, and he might have provided a second. Joe Wills is in. No idea what that animation was. He just flew forward 15 yards. But Joe Wills puts it in. It's a second of the night. And while Kranic has been struggling, Wills is in scoring form. And that's the way these two work in tandem. Don't mind if you're not scoring, if you're setting up goals galore. We're back on the score sheet. We're back on the front foot. And we're back ahead on aggregate in this tie. The second leg is going to be tense at this rate. And Jimenez is struggling in midfield. Might need a sub soon. As Adamson puts a free kick in. It's bobbling around. Oh my word. What a way to end the goal drought. Wills turns provider this time. It's roles reversed. Wills knocks it down after a bit of pinball from a set piece. And Kranic, half volley, first time with instinct. Flies into the top corner. Keeper has no chance. It's 3-1 Southend. Now we're going, because Gomez is down the right to Robertson and Liverpool risk falling apart. We've got to take advantage here. This is magic. What is going on? Joe Wills gets a fourth. He's straight up the other end. Hat-trick for Joe Wills and an assist. Robertson turns provider. And from nowhere at 1-1, we have turned this game into a completely dominant performance. I'm going to be careful with the subs because I've done this at 4-1 before this season and it's cost me. I'm just going to make one for now, I think. Jimenez is going to come off for Kivrakidis, which is actually a strengthening of the team. And I might do Vasquez on the left for Adamson, who's not been great. And I think we leave it at those two because, to be honest with you, the last 20 minutes has not just been dominance, it's been magnificent. So now Kranjic has done his hamstring. And after ending his goal drought, we don't want a big injury. So straight off for Ashley Carr. He scored a few goals recently, despite his penalty problems. And then at fullback, Carlos is struggling a bit, but De Angelis isn't fully fit. I feel like I might have to bring them on anyway, though. I'm going to go De Angelis for Carlos. And I'll leave the last one another 5 or 10, but I think it might be Memic at right back. Bernberg struggling, Will struggling. They're both going to have the weekend off, don't you worry. I'm going to take Joe Gomez off for Memic, the better defensive option. If we can keep this 4-1, I would go as far as to say it would be very disappointing if we don't get through. It is a dream start to our Champions League quarter-final, but Liverpool are still on the front foot and one goal changes this tie. Marconi to Brook, just wide. Wasn't far away, the commentary's right, but we're clinging on in there. 4-1 is a great score. It flatters us in this game. But that big 20 minutes has really changed this tie around. And going into the second leg that we'll see in a minute, I am much more confident of getting through. Could it be a run to the semi-finals after never getting past the last 16? A very good win. Let's see how bad the injuries are. And we can worry about how weak we're going to go against Bristol City. Well, Chelsea beat Real Madrid 1-0 despite a red card early in the second half. And Kranjic, we got him off quick enough. Only 1 to 2 days. Jude Sadler will actually be fit to play Bristol City. It can be his first game back from injury. So even Logan McNaughton will get his first rest in a while. Kranjic is going to be praised for his passing because he set up 2 goals brilliantly. Bernberg, if you want to leave for Newcastle now, mate, you are an absolute idiot. We're going to get through Bristol City off camera. 4 days' time for that one. Everyone will be rested because in 8 days' time, it's the second leg of this quarter-final. And given what's happened in the 2 domestic cups, I fancy my chances now of going all the way, or at least having a real go at it. We'll be back in a moment for the second leg, and we'll have a little glance at another poor youth intake too. Well, it's fitness test time as we return for the second leg of our Champions League quarter-final, and unfortunately, the only couple of gambles I took at the weekend haven't paid off. Most of the players got rested, and the ones that we couldn't have ended up being the ones we've lost. If we have a look at the schedule, we did play on Saturday. We won away at Bristol City by 5 goals to 2. Ashley Carr opened the scoring for us after we went 1 down. Joaquin Jimenez and Jorg Robertson then scored in first half stoppage time. Robertson picked up a knock while doing so. Ivanov had gone off injured early. He's out for a few weeks now before Vasquez and Worcester scored late on. The problem is we have now lost both right wingers in Robertson and in Yucalano. We've only just got Kranjic fit, so we've got some decisions to make. We have, though, got our first summer signing arriving, and it's another one of those young gambles from a Premier League academy. Fletch Late Callahan being released on a free by United at the end of the season. Our scouts say he's got a bit of potential. I think they had him at 2.5 star. 2 star with a bit more to grow into. With a good personality, with determination, and with good physical attributes. I thought, you know what, at the very worst, we'll make a couple of million on him. Especially when you consider the one that United bought off us last summer, we've got about a 2 million sell-on clause for. So it's all worked out pretty well on that front. I do also need to mention a star that's been out on loan, and I've mentioned him once or twice this season, but he deserves another one because John Nussum, who has gone to Burnley in a championship, is now a full England international. Now, I do have to question the wisdom of whoever the England manager is because while he's had a great season, while he's developing brilliantly and he's going to become one of the best free agent signings we've ever made, I do question the wisdom in comparison to, say, Ryan Adamson, who can't get any England squad ahead of him at the moment, who is significantly world-class and unbelievable, and can play on the right-hand side as well. So, a few things I don't quite get there. However, John Nussum, an England international, will be back next year, and Kieran Peacock becoming somewhat of a regular whilst playing for Bayern Munich. So all looking very good, all looking very handsome. Let's go and get into the second leg against Liverpool. How many of these boys are going to be fit? The Premier League title is all but won. The lads can leave everything out here. It's suggesting they're going to go for most of the same 11 as last time, just Jamie Ferguson back in. They must have injuries at centre-half if he's playing there. We look at our team selection though. You can see pretty much everyone's fit. He's actually recommending we bring Vasquez in on the left and then put Adamson over on the right. But otherwise, he's essentially picking our first team. Apart from Sanchez, who made a ridiculous error at the weekend with that short back pass for the first goal. So he is going to come out of the team. Rakowski in. And we'll go for Memic at right back, the more defensive option this time. Wills is back from his knock. Everyone else that is fit is pretty much there. They've gone Sadler over McNaughton. No. Sadler made his comeback at the weekend. But he's not fit enough for that yet. He'll stay out for this one. Yukalano, they're saying 45 minutes on the bench, but he's so injury prone. Jorg Robertson, they're saying no fitness at all. So we'll drop Robertson out. We'll gamble Yukalano in case. But I don't really want to bring either of them on. Is there anyone else that can go on the bench there? I mean, not really of any quality. We've had an awful youth intake. The best player of it was Humphreys here, who was the 15-year-old centre-half, who's not terrible. But he's not going to make it at our level, is he? That is the best we've managed this year. And he might have to go on the bench here, you know. He's going to be the man for now. On he goes. The star of this year's youth intake at 15 is on the bench for a Champions League quarter-final. What an experience for him. Let's get through it with a 4-1 lead from that first leg. Surely we can't throw it away. Well, it's 3 changes for Liverpool from their league fixture. Jamie Ferguson is in at centre-half. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much the same team that faced us last week. Certainly the same front 6. Koreski was involved as well, so I'd expect this lot to be strong. And at home, they've given us a couple of very difficult days, particularly defensively. But we are 4-1 up. We're in a confident, commanding position. We've virtually got the title wrapped up. Liverpool have had a pretty poor season, but an early goal, and we all know what happens at Anfield, and Koreski and Aslan are up, and the first one is in. 2.5 minutes. The extra height from the set piece, the extra defensive prowess at fullback has not worked. The Angelis is in at left back for the same reason. We're trying to be a little bit more steady. And maybe I should have just stuck with quality and being on the front foot, because this hasn't worked, has it? It's a Liverpool free kick, and within 5 minutes, they could wipe out 2/3 of the lead. Marconi, oh my God. We just cannot do it. We've got a Champions League mental block. What is happening? All you had to do was come out and keep the ball for a few minutes. And now I've made the mistake. I've berated them with a touchline shout, but obviously, because of the weird way that FM touchline shouts work, they're delighted. They're 4-3 up on aggregate. Use your brains, man. We've got a corner headed away. We need to get back on track. Adamson to the byline, in towards Wills. That should have helped, but Wills heads it over. Hat-trick in the first leg. Dud in front of goal in the second. 20 minutes gone. We've calmed it down. But Liverpool 2-0 up and now just 1 behind on aggregate. It was never going to be easy, was it? Well, half an hour on the clock. It's a Liverpool throw-in, and do you know what? It seems a bit weird to say now. If we go out from 4-1 up at the end of the first leg, I think I have to consider this season a disappointment, even though we will win the league. As De Angelis makes a good challenge on Doak. They're pressing. Doak to the edge of the box to Aslan. Space to run into. Kranjic nicks it. Good football. Breakaway. You've got support down the line. Pass the ball. So lazy in possession. Just taking heavy touches, trying to go alone. Look up. You're one of the best players in world football. This isn't the time to be dallying. Smith through to Emery. He doesn't dally. McNaughton makes a good save. He needed that. He's had a poor start. But with half an hour gone, we find ourselves clinging on. When we were talking about who we were going to play in the semi-final a few minutes ago, it really has gone wrong. Zagadits keeps it in on the left side of the box. Kranjic clears away. It's all Liverpool. It's dominance. It's set pieces galore. God, can we keep the ball out of the corner flag for a minute? Header goes off the bar. Marconi in for 3. Where's the marking? I'm just going to say it. Where is the marking? There's definitely a Champions League problem. Every year, we had the 5s against United a couple of years ago. And it's out of nowhere. This is a team in brilliant form. Yes, we lost on penalties to United. We lost narrowly against Spurs. This is a team that's been in brilliant form. You watched us in the first leg. We battered them. We played them off the park second half. And now, we're lucky to be 3-0 at half-time. We're lucky to still be level in a tie if we indeed make it that way. There's 3 minutes added on. It might change yet. That is an absolute disgrace. The pair of you at fullback sort it out. De Angelis has been appalling. I'm going to throw the water bottle. It was a disgusting half. I'm going to take off De Angelis straight away. He's going to be replaced by Carlos. And we've put ourselves right in the mire here. And there was no need for it. Yes, maybe we could have gone for a more cautious shape or something. But a 4-1, I just thought, go out, play your game, be sensible. But what I didn't believe, and what I didn't maybe trust enough, was how much these boys needed coaching, how much they couldn't take responsibility in a game. People like Bernberg, positionally, what are you doing? Flies into a tackle on a yellow as well there, gets away with it. Emery to Marconi, that's onside. Smith puts it wide. This is not ideal. Really not ideal. I didn't expect it to be this bad, I'll be honest. I thought we were going to lose this second leg, but I still thought we'd get through pretty comfortably. Vasquez gives it away. Get off the pitch, Vasquez. He moans like anything every time he doesn't play football, and when he comes in, he's so inconsistent. Kivrakidis to Herbert and Bernberg. Do not give the ball away. Kivrakidis to Wills. That's better, but why back? You've got options in front of you. Look up. Finds Vasquez. That's better. Good first touch. Takes on his man. Support in the box. Back to Wills. Into Kranjic. Good goal. Someone has finally turned up here. It's getting checked for offside. It looked all right to me. And we're back ahead in a tie. How on earth has that taken 54 minutes? Suddenly, we've decided we can play again. Now the confidence is there. As Vasquez on the corner. Oh, it's straight at the keeper. If I had literally anyone else fit, he'd be off by now. And I might still find a way to do it, because he's really getting to me. As it's thrown out by Liverpool, it might be too late by the time we do it. As it comes down to Liverpool left with Marconi. Not a player you want to give time to there. Doak out on the right-hand side. Takes on one. Takes on two. Gets towards the byline. Chance to cross. It's a good ball. Just overhit, but Zaire Emery keeps it in. Gets it into Marconi. Not again. Not again, Marconi. Oh, it all came from Vasquez. From putting a corner straight in the keeper's hands. Get off the pitch. Adamson on the left. We'll find a solution. I can't bring on Ucolano yet, because he would have to do an hour there. I think I'll go... Can João Gomez do it? He can play right wing, so I think we just have to go for him. We'll put him in front for now. Bernberg's had a stinker as well. He's on a yellow. We're going to bring on Ivo Torres. We'll switch Kivrakidis over. Memic is really struggling by the looks of it with Marconi, but his match rating's still very good, and I'm not really sure why. There's an hour gone. It's 4-1 to Liverpool on the night. It's 5-5 on aggregate. And it is turning into one of our greatest ever collapses in 14 years of this career. I know it's history that we've reached a Champions League quarter-final, but it's turned into a nightmare on the big occasion. There are 15 minutes to go. Kivrakidis will come off for Jimenez. He's struggling physically. And we're going to take off. Do I take off Herbert the skipper? Do I dare? He's nervous. I think I'm going to take off Rakowski. I'm going to bring on Soren Hansen. I've got to take one of them off there. Hansen may be physically just better equipped to deal with Marconi. But we are talking about fractions here. If we then get to extra time, we'll put Gomez right back. We'll bring on Ucolano and gamble in for 30. But in the 90th minute, we've got a final chance to nick it before that comes. Or are we going to lose it? Because we've given the ball away. Torres tries to trip him and stop the counter-attack. Doak puts it into Marconi. McNaughton makes a wonderful save. And it is the only reason that we are not behind in this tie. Great toe end from McNaughton, who's had a poor game. But that was a big moment when it mattered most. Do I bring Sadler on with penalties in mind? I don't even think we get there at the minute. Back to Doak on the edge of the box. Doesn't matter, does it? Good save, McNaughton. Torres away. Just get us to extra time now, please. 5-5 will encourage the lads. Great tie for the neutral. Not for me. Liverpool on the night, they probably deserve to go through overall. I'm going to say I don't like what I've seen. I need a reaction. Memic will switch with Gomez. Memic off for Ucolano. It said he was fit enough for 45. Well, can you give me 30, Julian? Just give me 30 of your finest minutes. It's into the box from Marconi. And we're behind on the night. We're behind on aggregate. It's not going to be offside. It looked fine. No flag from the assistant. For the first time in this tie, we are behind. Liverpool 5, Southend 1 on the night. 6-5 on aggregate. I can scarcely believe what I'm watching. I'm going to... Now I can berate. Surely you'll react to a bit of berating now. We've gone attacking. We're chasing the game. I don't think I'm hiding very well how distraught I am at this. At 4-1 up in a tie, when we've been so dominant domestically, do I really have to go and sit 10 behind the ball because these boys can't manage a game? Do I really? It could get worse. On the edge of the box, they've gone in completely unopposed. McNaughton saves. We need a goal or we're going out. If we score one, we'll probably lose on penalties anyway. But, you know, will at least be nice to get there. It's not going to happen, no. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. How on earth have we lost that tie? A huge learning curve for me. I really thought we'd be able to play our normal way from there. I think in the future, any lead in any Champions League tie, going into a second leg away from home, and we've just got to park the bus because these boys, they're not capable of thinking for themselves. They're not capable of having the mindset to manage a game. They turn into completely different animals. I'm not saying I'm proud of your efforts. Are you kidding me? You lost 5-1 and you want me to say, yeah, it was a decent effort. You did okay. Pathetic, honestly. Really poor performance. Really poor moment. And a season that's been so good again is becoming a frustration. Look, we're going to win the league. We're going to be back next time for a title party. But it's a season of what could have been. Because it's going to be the only big trophy. Yes, we won the Community Shield. But once you've won that once, you've won it enough, haven't you? We're knocked out. We've not got past the quarterfinal in any cup. And Champions League history finishes as Champions League nightmare. And not even building that coefficient, which would have helped us with future draws. Another frustrating moment. Let's go and have a look at the schedule. Those 5 being watched for the England squad. I doubt many of them will be in now. We are going to be back just for the final game of the season. Because look, we're going to win the league. There's no doubt in that. Providing there's no disaster, it will be Leeds away. It will be a season review. And looking at where we can make that next improvement next year. Because there's got to be one. We can't keep going out of the Champions League at this sort of stage. We can't keep losing in the cups. There's clearly something that's lacking in the squad. We've got to find a way to do it. Consistently over a league season, we've got enough. But in those one-off knockout games, we've seen it against United off camera. We've seen it against Liverpool on camera. We've not quite got enough. So we need to find a way around it. If you did enjoy this one of the most topsy-turvy Champions League games you will ever see from Football Manager, then please do put a thumbs up on it. Let me know what you thought of the performances, what went wrong, and do I have to just go against the grain and park the bus in future? Even at 4-1 up, do I have to go against my instincts? I think it's looking that way. If you want to stay up to date, see the title party and what we do to prepare for next year to get us in a better position than this, then please do subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back in a few days' time to get cracking with that and finish off the season. But between now and then, we are back with the coach's head tomorrow. It's been an eventful couple of days. If you guys have decided my fate, if you missed it, I'll put those links up in the eye above. Come and catch up with that playlist. It's been brilliant fun so far. There's also links up there to some of our other Football Manager stuff, the Twitch channel and the football podcast. With a new season in the EFL Championship, there's plenty to come there too. But thank you very much for watching, for being here and for supporting. Another dismal night in the Champions League. I'll see you next time as we return to a happier climate with a Premier League title surely on the way.